All right. Hello. It is Friday. I'm in the Target parking lot and I am feeling good. Are you feeling good? Normally on Friday mornings, I feel really, really good. And there's a reason for that, and it's how our brains work. And welcome to my jungle. I'm Trish Thompson, and we're parenting kids with learning differences here. The great news, anything you learn on this channel also applies to your other kids. That's the great news, but it's super applicable to kids with learning differences. Okay, so if it's Friday morning and you're like me, I feel on a high all day long knowing that it's Friday. And the reason isn't because right now in the middle of the day, my day's any different than it normally is. The activities I do might be no different than the activities I do on a Monday. I still got to get up early. I still got to do my work stuff. I still have to check in with my kids and make sure they're doing their distance learning. The house still has to be clean. The dishes have to be done. There's literally no difference in what I'm doing today, but the way I feel about what I'm doing today could not be more different. Why? Why is this? It's the way our brains work. Our dopamine bursts, that's our feel-good chemical. We get dopamine bursts from anticipated outcomes that are positive. So when we're expecting something really good to come, like a Friday night or a Saturday, we feel dopamine bursts all day in expectation of what's to come. We live into our future, literally. So Monday, you could be having the same tasks that you do on a Friday afternoon, but you feel totally different about it, don't you? Now imagine that every day was Monday to you. This is the case for a lot of our kids whose brain and their executive functioning is not as efficient. So in many kids with ADHD, for example, their dopamine reward system doesn't work the same as ours. And so like the little dopamine burst I get when I start a task, knowing that when I finish a task, I've done something, I've crossed something off my list, what dopamine does is it rewards us and it makes us more likely to repeat that behavior. But since we live into our future and our expectations, I'm stumbling over my words, play such a huge role in that. Imagine if at school, every day felt like a Monday. That you weren't feeling motivated, happy, on a high, energized, ready to go because of what's to come, but instead depleted, exhausted, overwhelmed, right? So for lots of our kids with learning differences, that dopamine reward system, that feeling that we have on a Friday because of what's to come, doesn't show up as much. It takes something bigger, and it takes something often more visual, more noticeable, something that's highly motivating or very individualized to them to light up. And so when you come up with a workbook or a worksheet or some really fun book that you want to read with them, to them it might just be Monday. That dopamine might not release in the way it does for us. So that helps me have a little bit of empathy when I'm like, geez Louise, this was supposed to be fun, or gosh, it's not that hard. Like, don't you realize the 30 minutes you've wasted arguing with me, you could already be done? Like here, or comment if you've ever had that conversation, because I've had it a lot. And so I was walking out to the parking lot, and because it was Friday, I was like feeling like a whole different lady than I feel like on Monday. And it got me thinking about that dopamine reward system and how for a lot of our kids, especially when it comes to schoolwork or cleaning rooms or some of the more mundane tasks of life, every day is a Monday. And they don't get a dopamine burst. And then we wonder why they're not motivated to go back to the well again and again and again. There literally is a chemical missing, which the rest of us have. Or it might be in smaller doses or maybe less efficiently floated through the system. So anyway, think about that. But, even with that, I'm glad it's Friday. My kids are too. They do get excited about that because they have a weekend ahead of them where they're not overwhelmed, right? And that feels good to all of us. So take care. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share and grow this community, because what I want you to know more than anything is that you're not alone. And this can be really hard. So come on back. Keep tuning in and share it with your friends or anyone that you think could benefit, anyone that's in the same boat as us. Talk to you later. Bye.